Hello ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be working on a Nissan 2016 Sentra. The car happened to have a transmission problem and it's going to limp mode. There was like a multiple code came from the scanner. So, and most of the issue when it's hot, it started going to limp mode and shaking. So we pretty much know there's a problem with the transmission, so it might be a solenoid and all that kind of stuff came up. But first thing first, we're gonna try to flush the transmission oil. So we're gonna remove the pan, and I already got my tools ready under the car that I'm gonna be using, and I'm gonna get the drill as well. So remove all the bolts, and then from there, which is located right there. After removing all of that, we're gonna let it drain and look at it if there's any metal or hardware inside. All right, to save the time, I have my angle saw wrench, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to remove those bolts right now. I'm counting about 15 screws. All these need to go away. I'm gonna remove them. There's an easy way to do. You're pretty much gonna unscrew this, let it drain it out, and then unscrew a little pin inside. But the reason why I'm doing by removing the pin, because I already got the car on the jack like this, safety precaution. I got that, and I got a support from a spare wheel that I have from junkyard. Just a better tool, way cheap and save you a lot of money. See that? Safety first. We're gonna start with that. We put the light on. Easy way first, and we're gonna keep doing the rest of it. Just gotta find a way to put this phone on the angle, because I'm trying to do multitasking, holding the phone and unscrewing those buttons. So just be with me. One thing just came in my mind. I'm gonna try to remove this pen, this cover right here, because I don't want to mess up by removing the pen and then oil gonna be all over the place. So let me start by doing that first. Alright, you can see the oil coming. So the rest I'm going to try to do easily and slow, so I don't mess myself up. See that? Wow, it's kind of nasty and dirty. So I'm gonna take my time, let it drip a little bit more before I remove the rest of it. All right, as you can see, I got it halfway open. Only one screw holding it right now, and I'm gonna drop that as well. Okay, this is the pan. I'm gonna put that down. Okay, we now remove the pan. As you can see, wow, look at that. This definitely, see that? You see this? There's definitely corrosion going on. So we're gonna clear these things up and try to put it together. It's just to give a little chance and see, hoping this would have fixed the situation the car having. But so far, it's a bad thing. It's a bad news for the owner. As I can look inside the pan, this is what I'm seeing. It's like something growing inside. Let me fix this light. If you guys can see. Wow, look at that. It's holding it too. See that? It's like a magnet, like an alien. That probably coming from the belt, that metal belt inside the transmission of the CV trend. As you can see, it's pouring down right now. I already loosened up on the bolt. What I did, I went on the internet, ended up printing like a diagram which showed me exactly which bolt to remove, because there's some extra bolts which is attached to the valve body. So I'm not going to try to remove completely apart. I just want to be able to remove the valve body out of the car right now and then inspect it and see if we can clean or replace the solenoid. So pretty much the idea is to go buy a new valve body from a dealership or aftermarket if I can get my hands to it. Stay tuned. One thing I gotta add to this, I'm gonna let it drain it out first till it stops so I can clean the bolt, because I was told you have some screw that's longer than the average, so I want to know where they're going, because like I was saying, there's a number on the screw, pretty much say 7 or L, but it looked like pretty much 7 to me, or long, which means like, you know, 7. So I want to make sure I got everything lined up in case we put it back together. This is my old the valve body, and this is a new one. The reason why I posted the video for a couple of days, because I took my time working on that, because I had to order completely a new set, and this is a new one right here. As you can see it, together. Got the new one, and the old one. Just gotta figure it out because the way I pulled the other one out, only pulled by this plug. So I'm just gonna take the retain of the old that's still under the car. But so far it looks similar. As you can see, the cylinder is so dirty on this one. Not only dirty, you can see the magnet. See? Alright, this is under the car. As you can see, it's already been cleaned. So I'm gonna try to remove this one right here. Hopefully it's gonna come out. Gotta find a way. But so far I already clean it. And I need to get a new filter, which I totally forgot to do it. But I'm gonna change that before I put the new oil in. I'm trying to line it up, all the screws right now. I just put the body, the valve body, so we won't forget anything. It's the same screw anyway, because what I did, it was a replacement that I have from the dealership. The old one was so dirty and nasty. We didn't have a time to try to restore it, so we're gonna place a new one in and see what's gonna be the result. Stay tuned. All right, all screws as in place. As you can see it, we're just gonna go ahead and tighten it up, hold the bolt. So far what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check the other side, making sure where the connector is on a good correct angle. This is the old connector from the old the valve body, because I pulled it up from the where the connector, the wire connector is, which is right here. I pulled it off instead to pull completely. I didn't know which side it would come off, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Now I'm gonna check. I have to remove this side of the tire, which is I would say the driver's side. Let me just put this light right here so we can see. So I already changed the filter. I already put a new filter there. And now, as you can see, sorry for the angle. Let me see, I'm trying to get a good angle right now too. So this is the wire, and it's going to be connected. That black, let's see, trying to get a good angle, but still fighting with it. Hold on a second. Right behind that stuff right there, see the way the connector located? That's where we're going to connect this wire. All right, that's where the wire is going to be at. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a screwdriver. So press the left side till it go down completely. Probably need to hit it a little bit slowly till it get to it. Okay, let's see. This one ready to be tied up. And you're gonna inspect it. Make sure you went through all of it. There's 11 bolts that we removed, and you make sure those 11 bolts being tied up. Looking at the diagram off of it. All right, there's one right here. Okay, looking at it. Bring the light a little bit closer. Make sure everything is tied up. I think we did. Yep, we did. Everything went in. This is our new filter that came up. It came with a box, inside the box actually. And then we have a gasket as well. So we're gonna go ahead and install this. All right, that's being installed. Now we're gonna clean this area. I don't need to pass a blade As you can see, it's clean, already clean with a brake cleaner, the surface. So I'm gonna try to clean the oil pan, and from there put the new gasket. It'll be good to go. As you can see, it's so shiny. Let's go through it. Let's see. All right, I just finished cleaning the oil pan. As you can see, I already cleaned the magnet, the surface area. Since I didn't have like a blade or anything, you can use this. So that's what I did. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply the gasket and then attach to it, and then tie up all those nuts around. So let's get to it. Trying to line up the gasket right now so I can place it. At least attach 2 or 3 bolts, making sure it's lined up. And after lining up all the screw, we can go ahead and tie it up. At least I know the gasket is on place, because I'm looking at the hole right now. Let's place this one too. All right. I just finished lining up the screw around the pan. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screw them up. So at the same time, looking at the gasket, it's round place and the right angle. So go around, make sure. So it's holding up. Now I can go and tie it up. All right, it's tied up, everything's ready on place. Just finish closing the gasket, the oil pan actually, of the transmission. Finish installing the valve body. So what we're gonna do next, I'm gonna try to put that tire back. The reason why I removed the tire, because I had to plug the wire of the valve body and at the same time make sure the filter is in place. I had to put a new filter. So what's next? I'm going to try to store this one back and then put the tires and then lower the car to the ground, or I can leave it like this and then refill the oil to the level. But since it's kind of late, I'm gonna wait till the morning. Some fluid, and I got me a long funnel, but still I had to move this earlier to be able to open up where the dipstick goes. And not only the dipstick, on top of the dipstick, as you can see, I'm trying to get the light towards that. Let's see if it's good. We have the connector for the valve body, which is located, I would say, right there next to that dip. So what I did, I have to unplug it and move this around, which I'm going to put back in a second. And these long dips, I mean the funnel is not going to go all the way down to the bottom where the hose is. So I'm going to use this to connect it and then connect the funnel to it. So let's get to it. Let's see. I know it's hard to see. Alright. Already got this part connected. And I'm gonna have this side as well. Making sure. All right, so I got it. Now I'm gonna get the oil. I ended up going with this right here. I check on all right, I do have my oil ready, the transmission fluid. I'm going with this brand right here. So I had to go on my computer to check what type of transmission oil this car will require. It say they see pretty much, I think, let me see, it's a NS3 or NS2, but I did confirm the Sentra do take NS2. That was my concern, if I have to go back to the store and return these. But calling Nissan, they told me about 8 quart and a half or 7 quart and a half. So because a lot of people would say fill it up, whatever you remove, the amount that you remove, you put the same amount. But instead to go through all of that, what I did was to flush it completely out. So now what we're gonna do is to put the new one in. So let's see how it's that gonna go. I'm gonna try to find a place this light to hold it somewhere. Okay, so we gotta work on this. I already have it connected to the dipstick area. It's a fake dipstick. That's my only concern right now. I have to measure the level that we have, but we're just gonna go with our gut. Like I say, it's completely drained it out. I even removed the CVT axle just to make sure. So let's go ahead. This is the first one. Like, as you can see, it's so clear. The original, it was a blue color, came with a CVT bottle. So let's get to it. Make sure I don't make any mess. Just making sure I'm looking into it. As you can see, I got my first bottle and I got 7 more to go. All right, so far I already put a 5, and it's yes, I already put a 5 in there, as you can see it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check under the car, just making sure there's no leak. Okay, thanks God. no leak, and I got 3 more to go. So pretty much 2 more bottle plus and half bottle based on the requirement. That's what I'm gonna do. Just check way to the bottom, make sure there's no oil, you know, coming out of it. Okay, gotta make sure. Now the clean section. So I'm gonna end up doing this. I put this white towel right here just in case if there's any leak dripping, I would see it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it like this for the next 10 minutes. I'm just taking my time because the remaining of the oil happened to be on my other car, so I'm waiting for it to be delivered. So pretty much it's 7.5, so I put 8 core. So I'm gonna try to put everything in there because I know for sure some gonna be on a oil pan and some gonna be inside the. All right, got out under the car, so I'm waiting for the rest to come. So I'm gonna pour the rest of it. As I can see, let's wait.